Today we're going to talk about Avyna's color by understanding the color chart and the options we have for you. Avyna has two types of color, semi-permanent and permanent color. Starting with our semi-permanent color, which is pigmento sincero, this one is a reconstructive mask that it not only works as a treatment, but it provides color. This one is direct color. This means as soon as you apply it, it's gonna provide color. It is ammonia free and it does not require developer. So these ones are the two elements you need to cover gray hair. So it does not cover gray hair. And it is gonna last up to 10 washes. It is really important to apply it on clean and dry hair. As you apply it on clean hair, when you rinse it out, you are going to rinse it out only with water. You don't need to use shampoo because it is going to count as one wash and you're going to fade the color away. So you don't want to do that. And it is ideal from a level 8, that is a light blonde. Out of the 8 colors you have a white color. This is gonna help you achieve pastel colors. So this one you're gonna mix it with the other colors. If you apply it directly to the hair, it's gonna provide a lot of shine. And you also have your 3 primary colors, which are red, yellow, and blue. So you can create any color you want. You can use them as a toner. You're going to leave them for 15 to 20 minutes. If it is a first time application, 20 to 30 minutes. And if you want to maintain your color at home, you can create your enhancing shampoo. So you're going to use a shampoo de goji. It is really important to use this shampoo because it's sulfate free. So you're going to remove 1.3 ounces of shampoo and replace the same amount of the pigmento sincero. And you're going to use it every time you wash your hair. Colores sincero. This one is our permanent color, and the great thing about a Venus permanent color is that you can get as creative as you want by personalizing the color formulation for each client. Our dyes contain moisturizing ingredients such as vanilla, chamomile, argan, goji, and macadamia. So the mix is going to be a little bit different. It will be thicker and harder to mix, but the results are amazing. So it is really worth it to take that time to mix it properly. It is also low in ammonia, so it won't dry your hair as much as other dyes. It has 1.8% when the normal amount is 3% and up. And here we have the formulation. The traditional is 1 plus 1.5 of a developer. And you can use 10 to 40 volumes, developing time 30 minutes. If you're going to use it as a toner, the mixing ratio is 1 plus 2, and you're going to use 6 or 10 volumes. The developing time, this one actually could be from 5 to 20 minutes. Gray hair coverage, here you're going to use the shades that you're going to find as 00, and here you're going to use 20 volumes, developing time 50 minutes, and depending on the percentage of gray hair, if you're going to mix it with other shades, you are going to use this percentage of 00 and the other color you're using. And super lighteners, the mixing ratio is 1 plus 2. You are gonna find them as in levels 11 and 12. You're gonna use a developer of 40 volumes and developing time is 50 minutes. Gray hair coverage, things you need to consider. When you apply a color, you're gonna get a half tone lighter. Warm reflections or warm tones are better fixed on gray hair, and cool tones are gonna darken the hair. And in natural hair, you will get one tone darker. So when you have a client that has a lot of gray hair in the front of in the upper part and the natural hair in the back part, you're always going to see two different colors. And how can you achieve 100% gray coverage? You need to use 20 volumes. Gray hair tends to be resistant and typically takes longer to grab hollow hair. Since there is no pigment, there is no need to lift. So you need to open the cuticle enough to deposit the color. So this 20 volumes is the perfect balance to open the cuticle and make that deposit. It is important to respect the developing time, which is 50 minutes. Avyna, it is mixed with Avyna, which is our oxy cream that is our developer. You have to make the correct deposit of color and make sure you are having saturation. If you apply it on oily and dirty scalp, it is going to work as a shield and you're not going to get coverage in some parts of the hair, so it is really important to apply it on a clean hair. And sometimes you have difficult hair or thick hair that you need to pre-soften the hair before applying the color. It is also really important to respect the mixing ratio, which is 1 plus 1.5. How do you respect it? By having a scale. Okay, so these two things are important, the developing time and the mixing ratio. Here are the names of the shades you're going to find in your color chart and the colors itself. So we use a standard shade system from 1 to 10. 1 is it is gonna tell you the degree of lightness or darkness in the hair. 1, which is the darkest, foremost brown, as we refer to it as black, and all the way up to a level 10, which is the lightest form of brown, and we refer to it as extra light blonde. Avyna does not recognize level 2 because the human eye cannot see the difference between 2 and 3. So these colors are really similar, that's why we don't have shades with a level 2. And how can you read these numbers in the chart? What is this number and what does this number tell you? The first number before the diagonal is gonna tell you the color leads at a level 6, which is a dark blonde. And the other color is gonna tell you the reflection or the base color you're using. So this one is a dark copper blonde. Here you have that 4 is copper, 3 is gold, 2 is violet, 1 is ash, then you have cocoa, you have tobacco, and pearl. So you have these names and they're gonna tell you the color you're using. So let's see each of the colors we have in our color chart. Let's start with the 00. There are the coverage of gray hair. These ones are calibrated with the correct levels of red, blue, and yellow, which are all the 3 primary pigments, and makes it totally neutral tones to cover gray hair at the level you're applying it, and to achieve 100% coverage. From 3 to 7, you're going to achieve that 100% coverage, and from 8 on up, you do not have enough brown base color to cover gray hair. You can also mix these shades, the 00, with any other shade, and you have the chart, we talked about it before, that it depends on the percentage of gray hair you have to see how much you're going to use of another shade and how much you're going to use of 00. And when you are mixing 00 with other shades, you sometimes you do it to neutralize warm tones, to get a reflection, or to have a natural neutral tone. So you need to decide what are your objective when you're using other shades. 0. These ones are natural tones, which are brown base with a slight warmth tone. This one will be like a little bit of cold tone. And they come at levels of 4 to 8, and 1 is literally black, so this one does not have any shade or any any other reflection. 0, 1, these ones are cool naturals and are brown base with a slight cool tone, which is a little bit of blue, and they come at level 6 and 7. 1 is our ash tones, and it contains a blue base ash system with brown as a dominant pigment, and they come at levels 5 to 11. And here you also have a black tone with a little bit of ash to it. These ones are the violets. They do not have a base, as you can see all the others. From 0 to 1, we have a brown base. These ones are without base, so it's a really intense color. 7 2 will help you get an intense purple or wine colors, which you can get it less intense if you mix them together, so you can get a more like pastel lilac tone. And the 11 2, you can use it as a mixed tone to cancel yellow. You can add 1/4 to your mix. The 3, these ones are the gold shades, which provides rich warm tones without translating to brass, and can be used for filling, for gray blending, or reflective gray coverage. And they come at levels from 5 to 8. Especially when you're using the 700, here you're in a medium blonde. So I really recommend mixing 7 with 7.3 to have a long lasting color and get sure you're going to get 100% coverage. 4 are copper shades, and they have a brown base and a copper tone, a copper reflection, and they come at a levels of 5 and 6. The 6, these ones are red shades that are highly pigmented for vibrancy and vibrant colors. These red shades are at a level 5 and 6. These two, they have a brown base, so you will get an intense color and a long-lasting color, but this one is not going to give you like a fantasy color because they do have a base. And here you don't have a base, so this one is a really intense color. If you can get that brown base, but by adding 700 to your formula if you want a more natural red at a level 7. The 7, these ones are chocolates, and these ones have a brown base with more red to it. So you have your 3 primary colors, that's how you get brown, but this one is a brown warm tone, so it has more red to it. The 8, these ones are tobacco tones, and these ones have a light brown base with a gold reflection, and it contains a little bit of violet. They come at a level 5 to 9, and here you have a super liner that is the 11. And this one, finally, these ones are our last colors in our color chart, which are the pearl. These ones are the coolest shades in our color chart, and they have a blue violet gray base, making it perfect for neutralizing warmth and achieving platinum tones. So if you have a really orange warm undertone you want to neutralize 100%, I would recommend to mix 1 and 9 so you can have more blue to it and you can neutralize it 100%. Super liners. These ones are boosters to get, instead of using, it's your best option before using bleach. So these ones you have 000 and you have 11 and 12. So these ones, they do not have a pigment, and the way you can use this one is to mix it. You can mix it in equal parts to lift up one tone. For example, if you mix it 600 with 000, you're gonna get 7 zeros. So you can use it to dilute the colors and have it get it a lighter color. The mixing radius is going to be 1 plus 2, developing time 50 minutes, and here you're always going to use 40 volumes, and here you're talking about natural hair. So it is really important. It's only for natural hair, not for processed hair, not for bleach hair, color hair, only for natural hair. And these ones that are 11 and 12, at a level 11 and 12, they have color. This one is ash, this one is violet, this one has a little bit of brown to it, and this one is pearl, which has gray and blue and a little bit of violet as well. So the mixing radius is going to be the same as the other, 1 plus 2, 50 minutes and 40 volumes. And I recommend 40 volumes platinum. Avyna's color to neutralize orange. So you neutralize orange using blue. So where do we find orange? At a level 6, 7, and 8. So how can I neutralize it with Avyna? We have these 3 colors that contain blue. So 0, 1, 9, and 1. As I said before, if you have a really orange hair and you want to neutralize it 100%, you can mix 9 and 1. Avyna's colors to neutralize yellow. You have your mixed tone, that is this violet, and the 11-2. I really recommend it using 11-2 because it's a super light violet. You can add 1/4 to your formula and it's going to work perfectly. So where do we find this yellow underlying pigment? You're going to find it from level 8 to level 10, 11. So you can also use 1/4 of 11-2, and you can also use pearl. So if you use pearl, you're going to give it a platinum ash tone to it if you want a cool tone. So if you want a beige only to neutralize and have a neutral blonde hair, you only gonna use the violet to neutralize it. If you want a cool tone, like more a grayish tone, you can use the 9, the pearls. Avyna's colors to neutralize red. We do not have a green base color, a green base shade. So how can you do it? You have your mixed tone that is the green. Where do we find red? In a level 4, 5, and 6. And you can also get green by mixing yellow and blue. So if you mix 3 and 1, you're gonna get green, or just apply the mixed tone directly. Here are the ash colors we have and the gold colors we have. And here is a chart of how to use the mixed tones. So here you have it in grams, in ounces, and it's going to be a mix of 2 ounces, and your mixing ratio is going to be 1 plus 2. And depending on the level is the amount you're going to use. This one is really going to help you know which color you can use at a level you're at. So here you have the level, the name of the level, and the underlying pigment. How to neutralize the underlying pigment with which color, and how to neutralize the underlying pigment with Avyna. So, and you also have how often you should use the shampoo platinum.